Our time to strike is now.
Atomic attraction. I just got that achievement from my new Jemadar.
Okay.
Love the name of it.
Options, keybinds. Huh, it is. That can't be right.
Okay, I gotta go deal with the cat before I finish this.
Yeah,
She's
it has T set to the stop time toggle, which I don't understand why anyone would ever want to use that. Years ago, I decided that I was going to have all of my characters bind the T key to open the Duty Officer UI. And I'm 99% sure I did that on this character too. Granted, I created this character multiple years ago, but I've used the Duty Officer system many, many times on this character since then.
Here you go, honey. You're welcome. Maybe now you'll leave me alone.
No, that's not how cats work.
One can hope, can't they?
Well, see, if the cat's not hungry, the cat might do something like taking a nap. And
Oh no, she immediately started eating.
Well, no, I mean, like, you give the cat food, the cat eats the food, then now that the cat's no longer hungry, the cat might go take a nap.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. Because at least then she'd be out of my hair.
Well, I mean, like, if the cat's genuinely hungry, that's one thing. Sometimes they're not, and they just, like, want to play. I'm like, hello, human friend, play with me, play with me, play with me. Giving them treats doesn't help. That's what their reason is for, being there. Anyways, here we have the Kobali Warfare Specialist thing. Here is something that's utterly hilarious to me, and it's the sort of thing that has an implied meaning that's utterly impossible. So, listen and tell me what you notice about this. Dossier, Jatenian, species, Kobali, gender, male, rank, lieutenant, department, tactical, specialization, ground warfare specialist, ground. Having this officer on active duty will increase all of your damage output when in combat versus Vadwar on ground maps. Does not affect enemy players, plus 10% all damage. So, what about that strikes you as bizarre and not normal?
One, that it's a Kobali.
I mean, we just did a Kobali mission and got this as the reward, so, it tracks that I would get a Kobali duty officer from a Kobali mission. No, what I was talking about is the fact that it says does not affect enemy players. Why would an enemy player be tagged as a Vadwar?
Good question. Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all.
The reality is, though, is that this is actually not the first ground warfare specialist duty officer added to the game, and I think they were just copy-pasting a tooltip from one of the previous ones, because some of the previous ones did refer to races that were actually playable. It's just one of those things, it's just like, none of them were actually good in the first place, so, whatever.
Subatomic...
What?
It's something about subatomic.
What did?
Oh, the accolade I just got. Subatomic alteration.
Oh,
Okay.
probably has something to do with anti-proton damage.
Polaron, actually.
Oh,
20,000 Polaron damage to my captain.
what's the best
And
defense do? Oh, it adds a buff to my attack pattern skills. Huh. Okay, that was a starship trait that I got from. I don't remember where I got that from.
oh, with your captain, doing 20,000 Polaron damage with your.
I think that also counts if your bridge officers are doing the Polaron damage too. And pets.
I don't have any pets right now.
Well, I mean, if you did. Because Jim Hadar engineers, if you use a turret kit module,
Hmm.
like the default generic one, it actually makes a Polaron turret.
Interesting. I'm a tactical on this. So I was considering either engineer. But I just felt the Jemadar should be tactical. I don't know why. Kind of just made sense to
Well,
me.
my logic for making an engineer Jim Hadar was I wanted to use Houdini mines.
I don't know what Houdini mines are.
Okay, Houdini mines are something from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
You're
Uh,
talking about the little floating orbs that just disappear and reappear, right?
yeah, and they do an earth-shattering kaboom if you touch one of them, and
Yeah.
might liquefy you to the point where no one can identify your corpse.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, Jim Hadar.
I just didn't know that they were also known by that name.
Yeah, Houdini mines is what Miles O'Brien called them, I think. Uh, the thing is, though, is that Jim Hadar in the game, when they place mines using the regular mine kit module, instead of placing them on the ground, they actually just like summon them floating in midair.
Yeah.
Because that particular kit power just works differently for Jim Hadar. And there is an actual Houdini Mines kit power that's a variation of the standard kit power for placing mines, which works exactly as you would expect it to when used by a Jim Hadar. Fun toy. And for the Borg Battle Royale thing, it's a great way of spawn camping the Borg. It's like you know where the Borg are going to beam into, and you could just like place a group of Houdini mines there, so that when they spawn, kaboom! Okay, let's see here. So,
That's it. Come into the Houdini mines. Come on. Be a good little bastard. Yeah, one of my engineers is putting down a bunch of those.
yes. Yeah, that's right. It's like that is actually the default skill of one of the Jim Hadar engineer bridge officers.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know, 12 of them in this corner blocking this path.
Yep.
I'm trying to lure the enemies into to still not cooperate.
One of the best tools in the game for luring enemies is actually a sniper rifle of all things. Which, that's not the way snipers' rifles are supposed to work, but in Star
Right?
Trek Online, because of the fact they have an extended range and they apply an aggro trigger to whatever you shoot them with, it will actually let you aggro enemies from a longer distance than any other rifle. Okay, so for my Gorn guy, I have 3 things left in the Kobali Adventure Zone, and then I'm done with the Kobali Adventure Zone. Then I
Correct.
have Mindscape, Reunion, Revelations, All That Glitters, Capture the Flag, Alliances, What's Left Behind, and then I will finally be done with the Delta Recruit tasks. Yeah, so finish the Kobali Adventure Zone, which I'm mostly done with it, and have like 7 story missions left, which is like half the Delta Quadrant arc. I am not getting all of that done today. Oh well. I can, however, finish the Kobali Adventure Zone at least. Yeah, I got an anethrazine gas module as one of my rewards. It's a Mark 13 blue.
Hmm. It doesn't sound like a bad item.
To be
Depending
honest,
on what it does.
anethrazine gas is one of those things where if you use it preemptively before you aggro enemies, or in an area where you know enemies are about to run into, it's actually useful. Because it drastically reduces enemy damage temporarily, drastically reduces their run speed temporarily, and it has a chance of immobilizing them completely.
Hmm.
Would I rather use endothermic induction field? Yeah, probably. I'm going to keep the anesthetine for now, though. Biofilter sweep, Mark 12 green. Nope, not keeping that. That is garbage. I actually have a Mark 15 ultraviolet biofilter sweep on this character. Why? Because of the damage resistance rating bonus it gives. I mean, the primary effect and secondary effect are actually not the reason I like using it, shockingly enough. Removes all exposed effects on activation from you and any allies within a certain number of meters of you. It's one of those things where it's very important to remember that it's an AoE centered on you. So stand near your allies, activate biofilter sweep, and it gives everyone a 15-second bonus to damage resistance rating. And there's several negative effects it removes from you, like if you have a toxic damage over time effect, it'll remove that. And make you immune to them for 6 seconds, which, whatever. It doesn't sound amazing, but the damage resistance rating bonus on it is actually pretty significant.
This is kind of sad.
Oh.
I decided to start this character off the Jemadar carrier.
Yeah.
And it's like absolutely destroying everything.
Well, yeah. What level are you?
60.
Exactly. Like, that is actually something that I legitimately did on my Jem'Hadar characters. Like, the first time I got to a shipyard, I'm like, okay, so I have this box of toys that I haven't opened yet. Let's open the box of toys and play with one of them. And, like, I ditched the starter Jem'Hadar ship almost immediately, because it's an interesting variant of the classic bug ship using a different aesthetic, so that it's not the same as the Jem'Hadar attack ship that was a promo item so many years ago now, like over 10 years ago. It wasn't even a lockbox ship. It was like a precursor to lockbox ships.
Adjusting anti-gravity. Oh, okay, time to choose my faction. Choose Klingons. Part the system. Okay. Completed the intro quest. Now that I've chosen, I believe I can actually join.
Oh yeah, there's
So-
actually a lot of things that you can't do until after you've chosen a faction that aren't directly connected to your faction, but are still kind of sort of connected to your faction. Like one, you cannot get any duty officers until you've chosen a faction. Why? Because with a few small, rare exceptions, all duty officers are either Federation or KDF. Okay, the only significant exception is Romulan. There are actual Romulan faction duty officers. Thing is, only Romulans get those because of the obvious reason. And also, Romulan versions of most duty officers don't exist. I could probably manage both choke points if I tell my bridge officers to stay at the bottom one and then go stand at the other one. Oh, no escalation for me, though. Oh, well. I don't really think you actually need to have 2 players for the escalation on this one. I have no idea what's going on at the beta site. It doesn't look like it's going properly, but I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it. Our bridge officers are definitely fighting Vadwar, but the completion meter's not moving. It could be that the completion meter's specifically coded to check for players and not bridge officers. If so, you absolutely would have to have at least 2 players to get the escalation in. checkpoint progress bar just is not moving. On the upside, it's not going down, but it's not going up either. Okay, well, Alpha is nearly done. Or is it, actually, no, I think Alpha is done. Yeah. They just didn't have the Kobali engineer types actually working down here. Not sure why. I actually probably should evaluate whether or not this particular pair of bridge officers actually has good damage output. Every time I look back, I thought I saw them fighting Badwell, which, if true, that would explain why the mission progress thing wasn't moving, because they hadn't actually kept the area clear enough for the Kobali engineers to move the progress meter. It's like the progress meter stops ticking when you have enemies in the area. Then again, it could just be that the AIs were being dumb, because that's a thing that can happen. What? I technically failed it. Okay. Genuinely not sure if I actually had a reason to do that or not. And I left without removing the rally point. Oops. Oh, whatever. It'll be easy for him to get here. Alright, time for the at the gates.
I forget what mission it is you have to do to come on. Oh, I just have to get to... I'm just trying to think that this character's build would work better if I used the Zephyr Cockring shotgun instead of the Disruptor Pulse Wave that I've been using. Whatever. It'd be a minor improvement at best. Okay, that was different. I don't remember ever seeing one of those drones jump before. Yeah. Just kind of bounced up into midair like it was trying to jump over a fence.
my bridge officers managed to aggro enemies that weren't even in the combat zone. Sweet. Oh, son of a... I screwed up. This particular choke point that I'm currently doing on Kobali has a flaw in the design where it doesn't show you what the maximum area is for it to progress. So where, you know, if you get too far from the center, it stops doing stuff. Well, the area where the Vadwar spawn is outside that, so if you're trying to spawn camp the Vadwar, it stops progressing. But, of course, you know, that's one of those things where if you had two players, one of them standing on the button, and the other one spawn camping the Vadwar, maybe just tell your bridge officers to stand over there. Oh wow, I just saw a Vadwar jump off of a cliff because my bridge officers somehow aggroed him. I mean, he didn't last long after he came down the cliff, but oh, there's some more. Right, of course, this is the rest of the enemy group that the first one was in. They all jumped off the cliff. Right, I don't know.
I guess they felt suicidal. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's very strange having Vadwar on top of this cliff aggro on me. It's not the way it normally works when I do this. Alright, this ticker is almost done. Hold the line against incoming Vadwar.
I need to do some ship leveling. Gotta max this thing out so that I can unlock it for all my characters. Oops. I did not want to hit that. Unless that was you inviting me to fleet.
Nope. I'm on Kobali doing the At the Gates mission.
Because I could use a fleet for this one.
Ooh, Accolade Complete Cobra Crusher. Well, I mean, if you want me to give you a fleet invite, this character can invite you to, House of UGC. That's the one this was. It's a fleet that was created by some of the old Foundry authors.
I was looking for one for Mom's Armada, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's like, let's see, Armada. Oh, they actually, when they created it, because I'm not the one who created it, roster, show offline players, sort by fleet rank. Oh, looks like it was Relum Time and Rogue Enterprise and Drogon 1701 that created the fleet. Drogon was last active in 2003. The rest of them, yeah, it's been longer than that. Well. Yeah, this fleet's almost completely inactive. Like, I kind of been running it as like a personal fleet, and the way that they set it up, it's actually set up as an alpha fleet, and there actually is a beta fleet underneath it. So it actually is technically an armada. I don't understand why they set it up that way, but you know.
Okay, it says go to... I am at Deep Space Nine. I don't understand this.
Okay, are you in the space version or the ground version?
I went to the actual station. I'm on the ground. It says I'm trying to do Stormcloud's Gabon.
Oh, right. I remember there's like one of the story missions, you have to go to sector space, and you'll see a second go to DS9 prompt. It's not the normal one. And you have to click that to start the mission.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I had to go to sector space. Just outside of DS9 for it to trigger.
Because like there's several of them where we're being in the
and now I have to speak to Hops. That's funny.
that to make sure my prisms don't time out again. Although at the rate that I'm going, the rankings shot. That's always a okay, so let's see. Open the gates. Hold the marked position. It's over here at a new choke point, even closer to the Vadwar stuff. Oh yeah, Pax Federatica used to be part of House of UGC, but apparently he like left because it was inactive. How inactive is House of UGC? I'm currently the acting fleet leader. Wanna guess how I got fleet leader status?
Because everyone else was in there.
That says, this is an inactive fleet. Would you like to claim ownership? Yeah, it was that inactive. I know. My only reason for being in the fleet is rather trivial and silly, so... actually had one of my crystals get broken. I keep seeing NPCs run past me. And we now have a player He was in a party dressed and carrying some sort of a Gatling gun type weapon. Alright, I guess with the Iconian resistance one this time. Alright, well, moving on. Now for the final forward base. Alright.
Wait, isn't this a mission or a patrol?
What is it?
I know it's a mission, but it looks like one of the patrol. It's Storm Clouds Gather when you have to go down to the ore
Oh.
plant.
Well, what's really fun is when you're someone like me who's been around long enough to remember what the old sector cluster exploration things were like, and then you see what's actually a legit story mission that has a similar narrative structure to those old missions.
Enemy target on sensor.
It doesn't come up often, but you know, when it does, it's unexpected because of how unoften it comes up. Alright, plant the charges and destroys the chemical weapons stockpiles.
I love watching those bugs go splat.
Which bugs?
The Vecchiat.
Which ones can you do?
Storm Clouds Gather, the scorpion bug things,
Oh.
looking things.
Yeah.
How they kind of go splat when you kill them.
Yeah. Used a nanite health monitor to heal the jackal mastiff summoned by my bridge officer because there was nothing better to do with that nanite health monitor at the moment. 0% chance of actually being menaced by the NPCs. But the Jackal Mastiff does actually have greater than 0 DPS, so might as well keep it around a little longer. I wonder if the other player that showed up here has noticed that the trigger spatial charges button is oh wait, no.
We will not rest
The trigger
until
spatial
our
charges
people are
button is
returned
no longer
and
up, so I guess the other player
paid
did
for
notice
their
that it was
actions.
there. Okay then.
Not exactly sure what that is, but okay.
Okay, you know how there's the last stand mission on Kobali?
I will not
Where you have
rest
to fight
until I see
the
every
overseer
Kobali
mech
dead in the
as
streets.
the final
Blood War
boss.
shall live on.
Okay.
I will make
And
sure
it's
of it.
the one that takes next place in the shadow of that Vadwar frigate that's parked on top of the hill. Well, that one, you the way you trigger the boss to spawn is by blowing up the
I will not forsake my
stockpile that
people
the
to the
Vadwar
fate
have
of these
of the
disgusting
chemicals that they've
creatures.
been using as
Impossible.
biological weapons against the Kobali.
I am sorry.
And you place 6 detonation charges in the weapons stockpile area. Then you have a low priority interact pop up. That's a prompt to detonate the charges you placed. I ran through, hit all 6 of them, then ran back over to where the boss would spawn so that I could set up my crystal prisms to spawn camp it. And while I was doing that, I noticed there was another player in the area, and it's like, I wonder how long it'll be before the other player notices that it's time to summon the boss. And there's the summon boss button right there. Which, as it turns out, was only about 10 seconds.
Flanking damage detected.
Kind of got the impression that the other player was wandering around trying to find things to do, because it's like, oh, I'm in an open mission zone. I should be doing something. And then realized that all of the charges had already been set. So it's like, okay, so it's time to push the explode button.
Enemy targets on center.
Ah, the Jackal Mastiff got KO'd.
Flanking damage
The
detected.
current state of this thing is like it's in a weird
Shield losing power.
state where I have a whole bunch of Vadwar just constantly spawning on top of me. I'm
Damage detected.
really not sure why. Not screw it. I'm going to hide inside the Vadwar ship, and then as soon as red alert stops, I'm going to beam up. Actually, hang on a second. Accolades. Why did it not give me credit for completing the open mission?
Enemy targets on center. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
I don't understand that.
Enemy targets on sensors.
And one of my bridge officers just got KO'd.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Achievement Frictive Force. Deal 2 million damage with pulveron damage. I've already done 2 million damage. Oh my god. I'm only level 60. I just started and I've already done over 2 million damage.
I mean,
That is
honestly, at level
insane.
60, you really are in the big leagues in terms of the damage floaters.
But the fact that I literally just created it,
Yeah.
kind of sad about it.
I have no idea what that other player did over there, but it made a section of the wall turn glowing orange. Alright, well, now we're back to the deploy spatial charges section of the last stand. Oh, hey, one of the other players I was looking at earlier is here.
I forgot that area is like a open section where all players can join, right?
Yeah. Open ground battle zone.
Yeah.
We will not rest until our people are returned and the Kobali pay for their actions. I will not rest until I see every Kobali dead in the streets. The Madwa shall live on. I will make sure of it.
Oh, wow. I own that overseer guy pretty hard. And then he summoned a drone that's giving
I
him
will not forsake my people to the fate of these disgusting
Are you doing
creatures.
PvP essentially?
No. Open mission.
I am sorry.
The Fadwar guy in the open mission has a rather annoying set of abilities.
Enemy targets on sensor.
It... Okay... It didn't... Did it just not properly complete or something? It's like the open mission went to the, It like restarted immediately, seemingly.
Huh. That is unusual.
That could be what my problem here is I don't know. It's like it seemingly didn't give me credit for completing the open mission, even though I've actually done it twice now.
That does seem odd.
I'm going to run to one of the teleporters. So I don't want to beam up, because that could Orc mission progress. Yeah, it's still telling me to go do the with our last breath thing. Huh.
Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield losing power.
That is annoying. I don't understand it.
Mission complete.
Alright, well, teleported back to the Kobali City.
Oh, ow. Shoulder just popped.
And it's still telling me to go do complete your last breath. Blah. Well, I am going to call it quits for now. Ugh.
Meaning you're completely getting off, or just taking a break from that?
What time is it? Well, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, so you know.
So I was just curious because I didn't know if you wanted to do something together or something like that. Or...
Oh, I mean, my actual plan for streaming was basically just stream myself doing the Delta Quadrant story for my
That's completely fine.
recruit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I was just asking because, like, I could always use help upgrading the ship.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's completely fine if you don't want to. It's not like I'm gonna twist your arm for it.
I'm not really even sure what you're asking about, so...
I need to get the ship level to max so that I can unlock it for all characters.
Oh, I see. Is this on one of your recruit characters?
This is, yeah, my honored first.
Okay.
Well, actually, this one's not an honored first. This is a regular Jemadar. The problem is I haven't gotten an item Gamma on. I don't know if I have to create it during a specific time to get
All
that,
of the
or...
recruit events are limited time promotion thingies.
Oh, okay, so that's why I don't have it. Okay. That's what I was asking when I created it.
Oh, I guess I must have misunderstood what you were asking about then. Let's see here. Yeah, doctors will make ground team, so... Miss also ground team. Churro.
I technically do have another character I could do it on. Because I have another character that I can claim it on. Another honored first. Or I think I have it claimed on, I just haven't started working.
Yeah, because like when I was doing that on my Jem'Hadar character for the Jem'Hadar recruitment event, I basically would just get into one of the tier 6 ships, grind mastery by doing story missions.
Hmm.
And every time I finished with one of the ships, I just switched to a different one.
Gotcha.
It's not one of those things where you can get all of them done in an hour, but you know, didn't take too long. And I'm getting tired. I'm kind of sleepy at the moment, honestly.
That's fine. If you need sleep, you need sleep. It's not that big a deal to me. I can always work on it at another point, you know?
Yeah. Anyway.
It was fun hanging out with you, at least.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Well, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you later, because, I want
Get some sleep.
I want to see if I can, talk to the, figure out who to talk to for the support thing, because that, Last Stand mission is not working right.
Hmm.
And I'm going to see about talking to the new DECA support people about that. Or, I don't know.
Can't you just put in a support ticket about it?
Yeah. In theory, anyways.
You would think.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that sounds like it should work.
I've never gotten a response from them, but...
Well, that's the thing with those, is that usually they're not going to actually talk to you directly unless they feel like they need to in order to solve the problem.
Mm.
Which is usually no. Yep, that's an LTS player.
Keep running right past the door that I was trying to get to. I think I might be getting tired too.
Like I said, I've been doing this for 2.5 hours now, so I'm going to do something else for a while. Alrighty then.
Good.
Well,
hopefully I will see you at a later point.
yeah, and I want to get off and then try and figure out that stuff, because hey, I actually have the ability to send them the recording of me streaming this so that I can show them exactly what happened.
Right?
Alrighty, bye. See you guys later.